Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Welcome back to another Nifty Kicks Factory Beginner Guide, where today we're going to talk about the Convoy. This is really the next level. This is the next stage of the game. It's a really, really important part of the game beyond just the initial production that you have out there. This is where you're going to go ahead and go through the process to send convoys out to try and get crates of special or different types of kicks. And the kicks are really used to be staked in order to get the energy token. Plus, there are such a different variety, and this is where the sneakerheads comes in, where you can get a whole bunch of different types of sneakers, all the way ranging from common all the way up to mythic. I have not gotten a mythic yet, but I actually just pulled a legendary the other day, which was pretty cool to see that come out of the packs. So what we're going to go ahead and talk about today is we're going to walk through that. It might be a little bit longer of a video because we have to walk through the different components of it, but we'll get through there. So let's go ahead and talk about it. In order to start this, what you're gonna need a number of NFTs. You're gonna need a military, basically a leader. You're going to need two types of trucks, a security truck and a convoy, basically a transportation truck. You're going to need a driver, and you're going to need security units plus a crate. And I showed you how to create or craft the crate in last video where we did the crafting. The others are NFTs. You can actually go ahead and get the other ones either on the secondary market, or you can actually have the ability to craft a lot of those here in the crafting section. Again, check out my video from last time if you want to go ahead and see the different ways that you can get the different items. If you go ahead and come to the crafting and you're actually producing different things, you can craft, for example, that security vehicle crate. That is the transportation vehicle crate. You have the drivers. You have the security forces. So you can get a lot of those here by crafting if you're playing actively within the game, or you can get them off the secondary market, either in packs or individually. So go ahead and take a look at those, whichever works best for your current situation. But I'm assuming that you either have these or you're going to be getting these when we're going through the process to set up our convoys and set our convoy out. Also, I showed you this last time that you're going to need these delivery crates, which you can craft here within the game, or again, get them on the secondary market. So the first thing that you're going to need for convoy is you're going to actually need a military base. This is also an NFT. You can go ahead and stake it right here by going to military base in the production tab in the menu. You can see that I don't have any staked right now, but we'll go ahead and switch over to my unstaked, and you see I have a level 3 military base. What level 3 military base is going to allow me to do is going to allow me to go to areas 1, 2, and 3 within the island. As you go higher in those numbers within the island, you're going to have a better chance and better results from the crates. It does take a little more forces in order to do it, though. If I had a level 4, I'd be able to go to all 4 areas within the island, which we'll show you here in a second. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and stake my military base just by clicking on stake, and we'll go ahead and approve. So now that is staked successfully. And if I switch back over to staked, you're going to see it here. I have it there. I can go ahead and upgrade. I can do all that fun stuff with it. But now I'm going to go ahead and have access to Island 1, Island 2, and Island 3. I cannot go to 4 because, again, I'm only level 3. So the next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and create our convoys. And what the convoys are used for, as I mentioned previously, you send them out there, you try and get kicks. They can also be used for PvP, which we'll go ahead and do a separate video on that one, just to show you that whole process. We're not going to focus on that one today. We're just going to focus on the PvE missions. So in order to do that, you can go ahead and do multiple things. You can either go through your menu here and go to convoy and go through that way to create your convoy, or you can go back through your map here and go ahead and click on this in order to select your convoy. Before we jump into that, though, I do want to mention something just in case. Most of the time when you have the NFTs, they automatically get staked in there. At least they have been for me. If for some reason you're having trouble when you go to Convoy to create it and you're not seeing some of the NFTs that you have, in order to stake them, go ahead either over to see troops or see vehicles. And if you click on those, it's going to give you all the options for the commanders and the military and all that sort of thing. It'll also show you in here which ones are not assigned to convoys and which ones are assigned to convoys. And this is the stake. So if you're not seeing in here a troop or commander or a vehicle that you have, just go to the unstaked and select on that and see if there's anything available. And you can go ahead and stake them and make them available for you. Once you make sure that you have everything staked, go back to the map or go to the menu and go to Manage Convoys. And what this section is going to do, it's going to allow you to see what convoys are available, what convoys are out on missions. This one's out on mission. I sent that yesterday. And then it also allows you to go ahead and create new convoys. What we're going to do is going to go ahead and create a new convoy, show you how to send it out on a mission, and then show you how to receive the mission that I went ahead and sent out yesterday. So let's go ahead and click on Create. All right, when you get here, you're going to go ahead and select a commander. You're going to go ahead and select, we have a couple options here. We will go ahead and use our legendary. When you select the legendary, it'll give you the options of how many vehicles, security vehicles you can go ahead and have along with that commander. As you can see with the legendary, you can do 2 delivery vehicles and you can do up to 4 security vehicles. If you do an epic, it'll be 3 security vehicles and 2 delivery vehicles. So it all depends on the rarity. We're only going to go ahead and send probably 1 or 2 vehicles out here. Go ahead because where we are going, it will only allow you to have a certain range. Like if we're going to go ahead and run a island 3, which we'll talk about here more in a second, which allows you to only use either 6 to 10 forces. So we'll go ahead and do that, where we'll go ahead and select the legendary and just do 6 forces for this trip. So I won't add any additional vehicles. If you want to add more vehicles, you can click on that and just select them. And then now that we have the vehicle in there, you can see you can equip up to 6 in the legendary vehicles. If you have lower rarities, they can equip less. Epic, I think, is 4 and so forth down the road. And then you go ahead and equip your security troops, which we're going to go through here and try and find our best options. We'll grab some epics. We do have legendaries in here, but I want to save those legendaries for when I run PvP when I do the next video. So we'll go ahead and just select these. And there we go. We have all 6 of 6. Hit confirm. Go ahead and hit confirm. It's going to ask you to approve because it's a transaction. And then you're going to go ahead and be done with that. So now in order to get back and show your convoy that you just created, you go down here to the Manage Convoys again, and you can see that there's a convoy here now. You can see that there's 6 troops assigned, you have your commander assigned, and you have the 1 security vehicle. So we still need to add a few more things to this. We need to go ahead and add a delivery vehicle, a driver, and the crates. So if we go ahead and select add more troops, first thing you want to do is add the delivery vehicle. We're going to go ahead and use, let's go ahead and use a rare one for this and go ahead and hit confirm. We're only going to send 1 delivery vehicle out there. And now that's going to be added here. So 1 vehicle. Now we have to go ahead and add a driver for that vehicle. So we will go ahead and select this guy, hit confirm, and go ahead and approve it. So now we have our driver, we have the vehicle. Before we go ahead and send this convoy out, I want to go ahead and return my convoy, show you that, because remember I said previously that I sent one out yesterday and it is complete. So you can only send 1 to each island at a time. So in order to go ahead and receive your convoys, you go ahead up here to on mission, and you can see that this is one that I sent out yesterday. It went to island 3, which we'll talk about a little more in a second. The number of crates I sent with it was 3, and I had a 79% chance of winning, and it is ready to claim. Depending on where you send it to, will determine how long it takes to go ahead and process. I believe this was 21 or 22 hours. That's why I sent it yesterday, because I knew I was going to be doing the video today. In order to claim it, you go ahead and claim. Like I said, there's 79% chance of a win here. So we'll go ahead and click on that. And unfortunately, this one failed, which is a bummer. So we'll go ahead, and that's what happens sometimes. We'll release our convoy back to our overall missions, and we can go ahead and send another convoy out. So I wanted to go ahead and retrieve that, so show you it actually being retrieved. Then we'll go ahead and show you actually sending it out on a mission itself. So you're going to go back here to the ready deploys to deploy. All right, let's go ahead and send one out. Now that we're back over here, this is the one that we actually just put together. So we're going to go ahead and use that. Going to go ahead and click on send convoy. And as I mentioned, there are 4 islands technically. And I talked about this in the military base, depending on the level that you're at. Level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. I only have a level 3 military base, so I can only do 1 through 3. And you can only send 1 convoy at a time, depending on how many military bases you have. So I wanted to go ahead and free this one up, and that's what we just saw as far as bringing them back. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this to send a new one out. And I'm going to go ahead, and these are the crates that you can go ahead and craft. I'll go ahead and select 3. As you can see, I have a max of 3 because we're going to island 3. So all 3 of those are selected. We'll go ahead and equip the crates and hit approve because it's got to go through the process. Ignore that error just keeps popping up, but ignore that. It doesn't really mean anything. So now it went ahead and it sent it out. So if I go back to on mission, you're going to go ahead and see that this is the convoy that we went ahead and created. It went ahead and sent it out. And then in 22 hours from now, it'll go ahead and come back and we'll do that claim process that I went ahead and showed you. Hopefully this time we'll be successful. If you're successful, you'll go ahead and get 3 crates. You'll have to pay some energy, so it's always good to have some energy up here in order to go ahead and collect those. And then you can go ahead and open those up for some kicks. So that's how it is to go ahead and send it. They've went ahead and simplified the process a little bit. It's still a lot of steps, and that's why this video went a little bit longer. I wanted to go through each of the steps and show you that, both sending one out, receiving one. And as far as doing the PvP version, the setup is the same. So when I go ahead and do a follow-up video, I'll refer back to this one just to show you how to set up the convoys, because the setup for PvE and PvP are the same. The only difference is you're going to want to take a look at combat strength, but we'll talk about that in more detail. But go ahead down in the comments below. Let me know if you have any questions on setting up a convoy. If you have any questions or if you need anything spelled out a little bit more, I can go ahead and do a separate video on that. But I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.